That's a good word. I don't even want to say it, but it's a good word.
It is. So where's everybody joining from? Put it in the chat, guys. Let us know where you're coming in from. All across our great lands, right?
Yes.
Yeah, can you guys see? I'm not clicking on the chat because I don't want to dislodge the presentation. All
All right.
right, are they coming in?
They're
I
coming
can
in.
see
We're
the
just getting,
numbers.
we're just,
Welcome, everybody.
we have our early birds are here.
That's so
Good,
fantastic. We're
good
bringing the
afternoon, everyone.
Caribbean to Canada and the US.
Perfect.
Always. All
Okay,
right.
I want you to know I wore a color that would be matchy-matchy with the logo. Okay, I just want you to know.
Well, Nancy, you're a planner. We know that. So
I,
amazing. All right. We're just getting
I,
ourselves sorted out here. Just give us a little bit of time till we get our spoiled agents in from all over
mm,
Canada and the US.
that's so fantastic. Thanks everybody for coming online.
Oh, we're so happy to see everyone and to meet with our friend Nancy, but we're just going to wait for a few more to come in before I give all the love.
Oh, we've got Marlon on too, as Rebecca.
All right.
Also with Nicaragua. So, three interesting countries to talk about today.
All right. So we have quite a few spoiled agents on right now. I think I'm going to record this session. So if um, anyone has to go, I don't want them to go. But if you have to, we're going to actually add this on to Nancy's page a little bit later today on spoiledagent.com. And I see we have a lot of eyes joining us on Facebook. I'm going to start with Facebook friends only. Please make sure you add your email in the comments so we know you're here and to qualify for the prize we're going to talk about in a moment. If you're joining us on Zoom, we've got you covered, guys, because you registered. So we have your email. I also want to welcome all the eyes I can see over here on YouTube as well, and also on LinkedIn. So we've got you covered. I'd like to start. My name is Susan Koyman from Spoiled Agent, and we're here with a very good friend of ours here at Spoiled Agent. I think all of you know Nancy Drolet. I'm going to say a travel industry icon. Yes.
Oh, I don't know about icon, but I've been around the bend a few times. Not benders, but bend.
Oh, well, benders are fun too. Well, welcome, Nancy. And Nancy, we love that we get to meet with you. And I know you have a great prize today before we get into introducing your guests. Did you want to mention what the prize is?
Absolutely. Well, frankly, we know that our agent partners like cash. So we have two $100 gift cards, one Amazon gift card for the US and giftcards.ca for Canada. So, spend it on a trip, spend it on a restaurant, spend it on gas, whatever it might be, up to you guys. It's a gift for you from all of us.
Amazing. Wow.
Mhm.
So in order to qualify, you have to stay on the question period. And also, if you have a question for any one of Nancy's guests, please add it only to the Q&A and mention the island that you're actually asking about so we can identify it. So I'm going to meet you at the end, but Nancy, I'd love it for you to introduce your guests.
I'll do that. I think what's wonderful when we have these webinars is that we can have multiple countries so that you guys all understand and learn about the width and breadth of the Caribbean. So today, I'm delighted that we have Richard from the Aruba Tourism Authority. Richard is based in Florida. We envy you your weather because it is dreary up here. We also have Fayon from Nevis, who's coming to us directly from Nevis, a beautiful island in the Caribbean. And then we have Rebecca and Marlon, who are joining us from the Nicaragua Tourist Authority. They are based here in Canada, but they handle both the Canada and US market along with the team from Nicaragua directly. So they'll speak more about contact info as we go through. But why don't we get started and talk about One Caribbean Canada and USA, just an overview for those who are not familiar with what we're all about. So welcome. Whoop, let me click here on the first one, and there we go. So We're two websites, and it's all the tourism offices together that are united in our efforts to promote the whole region um, through both websites, one CaribbeanCanada.ca and one Caribbean USA. We are a single focal point. Instead of searching through multiple websites, you come to our website and then we connect you outwards. But the important thing to remember about our websites is that we're a sales tool for you. We are not your competition. We are a safe place where you can come for information and where you can send your clients. We're not your competitor. We're not like an OTA at all. We're simply information for you to gather, and we're a tool that you can help you that you can use to help sell to your clients. And we're trying to provide you with information and tools to help that process go even smoother. So we're a resource and a sales tool. What I did want to point out is in terms of what's coming up, we have an event calendar that highlights all the activities that are going on in the Caribbean. They look a little bit different on the Canadian site versus the American site, but the information is pretty much the same. And what we are trying to do, again, to provide a tool for all of you, is to have all the categories of events available as a PDF download in the advisor portal that you can then send out to your clients to interest them on attending one of our fabulous events in the Caribbean. There's also a map that you can download, or if you go to one of our trade or consumer shows, we usually have one of these maps that we can hand out. It's interactive, but you can print a copy off the website as well. We do have an accommodation section. So we're adding all different hotel, villa partners, etc., including all the smaller boutique hotels that never seem to be able to get in front of agency partners because some of the other bigger resorts might take the space. But we do have that whole accommodation section with a host of information for you to look up. We have been expanding the list of public ferries. So if you're on one island and you want to go visit another island, fantastic. We've added that information, and actually, we just recently updated it at the beginning of May. We added St. Bart's Executive, so an inter-island carrier that would take you, say, from St. Bart's over to Guadeloupe, or they also have charter flights. There's two other inter-island carriers that will be joining us shortly. So we are going to be promoting more island hopping as we go along. And as you may know, we added a dive operator section, and it will continue to grow. Shortly, and I'm going to say maybe by the end of the month, I'm going to have lists of everywhere where one can play pickleball, padel, tennis, blah, blah, blah. And we have this new golf section that is already up and running on the website. So if you have golfers, feel free to send them to this section. And it just generally speaks to the countries. You can click on the country and it'll take you down to that country and the golf courses that are available in that particular country. In terms of what's new, what you want to be able to do is sign up in the advisor portal in either site. We have a weekly e-blast that if we don't send it out to you, it's always available on the websites, and it's usually posted by 11 o'clock every Tuesday morning. Okay. In that section, we have agent rates. So it's an at a glance view of all the agent rates by country, all the specialist links available by country, and if there are incentive programs or booking rewards programs, then the link is there as well. All by country, an entire list that you can click onto. On the other side, it shows you that the French version, English French version of what we have on the Canadian website in terms of events, but we have it in English, of course, for the US website as well. And that's where the PDF is of all the activities that go on in the Caribbean throughout the year. It's downloadable and you can just send it out to your client. There is no booking information, no how to book or anything like that. Anytime we reference how to book, we say, please see your travel advisor. So know that we've got your back. And what we want to do is provide you with that fantastic tool so that you can get more Caribbean bookings. So register on one of our portals. You can link your website to ours. Help us improve. If there's information that you're looking for that we don't have here, we want to know what it is. One of you mentioned a while ago that you wanted dental information. We added dental information for each country. And we are also adding information on volunteerism. And of course, we're adding information on sustainability activities, which is one of the reasons that we're here today. I did want to talk about the topic of this particular webinar, which was Sun, Sea, and Sustainability and Building a Greener Caribbean. And I think that some people understand what's going on with sustainability and some don't. So I'm just going to give you a very, very brief overview. And if you want to look for more information on it, certainly you can Google and find more and more information. But what I would say is that there have been a series of summits, international summits, since June of 1992. The first one, I think, was held in Rio. At that time, more than 178 countries in the United Nations adopted a plan of action, which they called then Agenda 21. It was a plan of action to build a global partnership for sustainable development. So lots of meetings in between then and now. And what was developed is this list of 17 Sustainable Development Goals, or they call them SDGs, which is an urgent call for action by all countries, developed countries and developing countries, in a global partnership. And they recognize that, for example, ending poverty and other deprivations must go hand in hand with strategies that improve health and education, reduce inequality, and spur economic growth, all while tackling climate change and working to preserve our oceans and forests. All this to say is it's not just about wind energy or having clients reuse their towels. There's a lot more to the whole umbrella of sustainability. And I've given you an idea here of what the 17 goals cover. You can Google it. You'll see what all of those items are. But there's honestly no way that any country can do all 17 goals or resolutions every year. But what has happened is that each country is using some of these 17 goals to create a sustainability work plan. And that's the information that our countries here today are going to communicate in a very high level way, along with educating you on their product. But what I did want to say is that on each country's page on our website, in the box down at the bottom, the travel essentials box, there is a new box that's called sustainability. And that's where you will find more information about what each country is doing. We're still building it, so not everybody has that information populated yet, but that is where we're going to be adding all the information. And we also added a new box that says volunteerism. So if we have clients that are looking at opportunities of things that they can do to help when they're away on their vacation, then we're going to give them suggestions on what they can do. It could be, something helping turtles hatch. It could be helping in a senior's home. It could be cleaning up a beach. It could be helping improve paths or hiking trails on some of the islands or countries. But I guess what I also wanted to say is, why is that important for you? As an agent selling the Caribbean, why is it important that you know about sustainability? And one of the things I want to say is that your clients are asking for it. We're asked about it at consumer shows. So today's travelers, especially millennials and Gen Z, they're making destination choices based on environment and social responsibilities. And so being able to speak confidently about a destination sustainability efforts is a really great selling tool that will help set you apart. And that's why we created the box to help you with that information so that you can provide that to your client. Also, of course, it's important that we're protecting the product that you're selling. So the Caribbean's assets, our natural beauty, our crystal clear waters, our coral reefs, our lush landscapes, all of that is important to maintain so that we're leaving the country and the Caribbean better than we found it for our children. I think it also creates loyalty in a destination. So travelers who are feeling good about where they're going, um, it's definitely a great impact, and they're likely to return again and again. And I think it adds to a more authentic and meaningful travel experience, which is why we wanted to add in that whole volunteerism section as well. So I'm going to pass it over to our first presenter, which is Aruba, and I'm going to ask Richard to come up on your screen again, and I'm going to have you. Oh, here's all my reasons why. I forgot I had that slide in there. So there you go. I'm going to pass this over to you, Richard, to talk to what Aruba is doing and about your product as well. So here you
Wonderful.
go.
Nancy, first, thank you very much, pardon me, for the opportunity to chat with everybody today about how Aruba is working with the concept of responsible travel and sustainability. Just one brief thing I wanted to tell you that I'm actually located in Bethesda, Maryland, not Florida.
Oh,
Quite all
oh.
right. And we have weather today that's similar to what you're experiencing up in Toronto. I am the BDM for the Tourism Authority in the Mid-Atlantic and the Southeast states. I was asked by my counterpart in Canada, Liliana Mancini, who was unable to make the presentation today, to cover for her. So I'm happy to be doing that on her behalf. Please, 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 I have 10 minutes, so please make sure that you give me the hook if I'm going too far, too long. But let me get into our program. So we have a saying which is that when you love Aruba, it loves you back. And basically that means that when you go to Aruba with sort of an open mind to experiencing our culture, our people, our environment, our natural resources, you take a part of that home with you because you've then brought yourself to it with an open mind to experiencing everything that Aruba has to offer, and so that you become more enriched in your experience over there. If you can go on to the next slide.
Mhm.
When you look at our beaches, we have about 20 beaches surround on the island. This is Eagle Beach. If you can go to the next slide, you'll see a bit of information that TripAdvisor readers have determined that we are Eagle Beach is the #1 best beach in the Caribbean, as the #4 best beach in the world. Our sand, this is a slide that gives you an idea of several of the beaches that are popular on Aruba, Eagle Beach, as you can see there. Beautiful white sand. It's the kind of sand, by the way, in Aruba where the sand absorbs the heat from the sun. It does not reflect it. So your guests, when they go to Aruba, don't have to worry about getting blisters on their feet. Baby Beach, all the way on the eastern side of the island, is a very popular beach for families. It's very protected water, and you can easily swim there with families and younger children. And Arashi Beach is another smaller beach that's on the northwest side, north of our Palm Beach area. If you can go to the next slide, you'll see that where our location is 15 miles north of Venezuela. So we sit very low in the very south in the Caribbean, and the traditional hurricane belt goes from the southeast and enters the Caribbean to the northwest. We will never take a direct hit. We may get brushed by a hurricane, so we'll get maybe 4 or 5 hours of rain, but we don't sustain a direct hit. And as a result of that, we also have roughly 300 days of sunshine per year. If you can hit the next slide, you'll see that one of the other things that we don't get in Aruba, although shouldn't say that, sargassum seaweed, a problem throughout the Caribbean. But if there is any sargassum that comes by Aruba, it typically hits the northern side of the island where the swimming does not take place. So where the resorts are, which are the southern part of the island, as well as the northwestern side and the western side, will be sargassum seaweed free. So you don't have to worry about that. Next slide. So these are some descriptors about how Aruba looks at sustainable and responsible travel and tourism. You can see that there's some good words over there. So we preserve what we have. We reduce our carbon emissions. We are authentic in terms of the different types of experiences. We look at also slowing down and being thoughtful about coming to Aruba and not trying to do every potential thing that you can do and pack it into your 7 or 8 day or 14-day experience on the island. We become eco-friendly. We want to reduce the carbon footprint. So again, these are different aspects of how we relate to sustainable and responsible travel. Next one, please. Couple different things that we can do nothing about. We have these natural resources, which we tap into. So we are well known for our trade winds, which blow every day of the year. And as a result, we have wind farms on the northern part of the island. Also, since we have 300 plus days of sunshine a year, we have solar farms that are also scattered throughout Aruba. In this case, you can see in Oranjestad, but many of the buildings and the resorts will have solar panels on them as well. And if you go to our airport and you see where we have our parking garages, we have solar panels on the top of that. So our goal here is to reduce the dependence upon fossil fuels and to go green in terms of tapping into the natural sources that are available to us. Next slide. We also respect the fact that the seashells and the coral reefs that are there are meant to stay where they are. And we actually have a law that prohibits any guests from taking them home with them. And if they're confiscated by customs, there actually could be a fine. We also want to protect our reefs so that we encourage the use of sunscreen that doesn't have ingredients that are harmful to the reefs. And as well, we also limit our use of single-use plastics. If you go to the next slide, you'll see an example of that as well. A lot of the resorts will give the guests that are there a reusable thermos that they can refill the water at various different filling stations throughout Aruba and the resorts. When you look at the authentic engagements, we have the benefit of having about 100 different nationalities that have lent a lot of what they are to the experience in Aruba. And so when you visit the beaches and you interact with the local community, you'll take with you a lot of the authentic engagements that you can get from the various different cultures. By the way, we're part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, so when you drive on the right side of the road, and it's very easy to get around Aruba just by renting a car or other means of transportation. Next slide, please. We talked about voluntourism, and there are ways that you, as a visitor and a guest to the island, can contribute to that. So, for example, we have a program where you can do a symbolic adoption of our wild donkeys that are on the island. As well, there are organizations which support and protect and make sure that the egg laying by the sea turtles is respected and is not taken advantage of or harmed in any way, as well as when the sea turtles hatch and when they go back into the water, that they're taken care of as well in that regard. So other examples of volunteerism are exactly what Nancy said, where you can support a senior center. You can go to bringing supplies to some of the schools that can appreciate the materials that they would normally have to source on their own. So again, if you could go to the next slide. We have a couple different programs as well. A lot of the resorts will ask the visitors to participate in the beach cleanup or also to plant a tree. So we have a variety of different ways that we can do that. If you go to the next slide, another way that you see that is by also buying local and supporting the local communities, the craftspeople, the people that will create the souvenirs that you want to bring home for family and friends. Another way that you can support it by going to the next slide is to also visit restaurants that source local, catch and incorporate local source ingredients. The restaurants you see there, for example, when you go there for your lunch or dinner, you'll also be and the fish that you eat will typically have been caught that morning. And again, so you're supporting the local fishing community. If you go to the next slide, let me talk about how you get there and what the experience is once you get to Aruba. This is a map that shows you the various different gateways in the United States and Canada. You see that WestJet and Air Canada are noted there. I will tell you for the Canadian audience that we are talking to Porter Airlines and also Air Transat about bringing services from also Toronto and Montreal. It's being discussed at this point in time. They're not ready at this point to finalize the details, but just to let you know that they are expanding the lift from Canada. There's a note there from Fort Lauderdale that also indicates Spirit as well as JetBlue. We all know what happened to Spirit, so I'm not going to talk about that. I couldn't remove that from this slide. If you go to the next slide, you will also see that we have the edcardaruba.aw as the only site to go to where your guests can complete the information up to 7 days prior to the departure date, and as well as no later than 7 days. I'm sorry, 4 hours prior to departure. At that time, we also charge a $20 sustainability fee for anybody that's visiting the island that is 8 years of age and up. This goes to supporting the water treatment plant and the electrical grid and the desalination plant and all that, making sure that it's there for guests that arrive on the island for years to come. If you go to the
And
next slide.
Richard, I just want to interject that I learned something from your slide in that it only has to be paid out once a year unless
Yes.
you change your passport. So that's something key to remember. If you're going multiple times to Aruba during the year, it's only paid once.
Yep. Thank you for reiterating that, Nancy. I appreciate
Mm-hmm.
that.
Pleasure.
Yep. This is obviously addresses the U.S. departures. We now have a new terminal specifically for the U.S. departures, where through the use of technology, we now eliminated the second baggage pickup and drop off and identifying your bag when you go through the U.S. customs. The Canadians will go to the older terminal and then go through the process over there, just on the Aruban side, and then you go to gate areas A and B. If you go to the next slide.
Mm-hmm.
On the US side, we have the global entry and the MPC mobile passport control, which will speed up the process as well. And if you go to the next slide, I'll talk to you about some of the resources that we make available. We have our travel advisor Facebook page, which is called Aruba Travel Experts. Our senior BDM USA, Kim Riddle, is the moderator of that. And so if you had a question today and you posed it at 9 o'clock, there's a very, very good chance that by 6 o'clock the evening, either Kim or one of the other participants on our Facebook page will in fact answer your question. We have our agents.aruba.com travel advisor website where there is a multitude of information that you can go and see over there. And we also have our destination specialist program, which is housed over at Travel Agent Academy. It's a Aruba certified expert program, and we certainly encourage you to participate in that. If you're not currently have completed the program, there are discounts that are available to ACE advisors when you get onto the island. It could be restaurants, it could be some shopping, it could be DMCs. We also encourage you, as everybody else on the planet would like you to do, to report your bookings. But what that does for us as BDMs is that allows us to know who's serious about selling the destination. It allows us to enter into a really good, mutually beneficial relationship. You also can be one of the winner of one of our random cast drawings, and so you not only get the advantage of that. If you go to the next slide, you will see the team in North America. Kim, as I mentioned, is our senior BDM US. Natasha covers the Northeast. John Purcell is in New England. I do the Southeast and Mid-Atlantic. Angela is on our West Coast. And Liliana is our BDM for BDM in upstate New York with our email addresses. So I don't know if I've come in within my 10-minute allotment, but
You,
I have
you're
reached the end.
You're perfect. And all of this contact information is on our website, both websites as well, in the advisor portal. And all the links that you mentioned are also there as well.
Fantastic.
Yep,
Thanks
so
again for the
there.
opportunity.
Thank you, Richard. So let's motor on, and Fayon, why don't you show us your face and unmute yourself, and we can start talking about Nevis naturally. How appropriate to have you speak to sustainability with a naturally logo in there. You got to unmute yourself. Nope, you're still muted. You're still showing as muted.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got so
There
excited
you
I
are.
started to speak. So,
No
good
worries.
afternoon, everyone.
Hi.
Okay. If I may, my name is Fayon Jones. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing at the Nevis Tourism Authority. And let me first express how honored and happy I am here today to speak to you about Nevis and our sustainability efforts. We are doing a lot as an island, and we are doing a lot as a federation, given that it is two islands forming the country of St. Kitts and Nevis. But I will speak specifically to Nevis today, which is the smaller, very, very beautiful sister of the two. Don't tell them I said that. So this is just a quick video. If you could play it. So that essentially just speaks to the beauty of the island. It is very relaxing, very small but unique, and it packs a pretty high punch when it comes to relaxation, and a place that you should visit. Now, how to get to Nevis? Our main international airport is in St. Kitts. And as you would see, most of the connections we have are from Toronto, New York, Newark, Miami, and UK. They fly into our main airport, St. Kitts. But there's a short 6 minutes water taxi over to Nevis, and it is very easy, very accessible. As a matter of fact, the ferries, they travel every 15 minutes. So getting to Nevis is not a problem. Overall, when you look at Nevis, it's a circle. We joke a lot. If some of you know of the sport by the name of cricket, then you would see that St. Kitts is a bat and Nevis is a ball. And this is the ball that you have right here. It is only 36 square miles. And in relations to driving around the island, it is only 20 square miles. So if you're ever in Nevis and you're lost, keep driving. You will catch yourself. Trust me. Okay, so just to move on to the next slide, some of the things that you would like to know about here, English is the main language spoken here. The currency that we use is the Eastern Caribbean dollar, but we also accept US and also the pounds and euros as well. Nevis is warm all year round, around 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And we have over 400 rooms, so we welcome everyone. And I think Nevis has a room just for you. The Nevis Peak, which sits at the center of the island, is 3,232 feet high. It's great for hiking, and a lot of persons come to get that breathtaking view. Once they have hiked it, it usually takes around 3 hours, maybe 4 to go up and down, but that depends on your fitness level. Now, outside of that, we are very big on mangoes. As a matter of fact, we have a mango festival that we'll speak to later. But Nevis is home to over 44 different varieties of mangoes. Yes, 44. I know most persons here probably thought there was only 3 or 4, but we have 44 different varieties of mangoes. Next slide. Okay, so this island as well is home to many firsts. It was discovered back in 1400 by the European explorers, and that was Christopher Columbus. And we have many firsts on the island. So next slide. First, we have the first hotel that was built in the Caribbean back in 1778. And as you're seeing that picture, that is exactly how it looks to this date. We have done restoration work on it. It is called the Bath Hotel, and it sits right there in Nevis. And as I said, it was built in 1778. So that is one big first that we have. Just to add, right next to it, we also have a hot spring, a hot stream where persons can come. You go in there. We have different temperatures. And as we believe locally, it is said to heal a lot of the aches and pains that you may experience. So Nevis is very big when it comes to wellness. In addition to that, you will see the architectural work around the island. Most of it is stone works, and that was done back in the day. And as we see here, we have a historic great house at Hermitage Inn, and that was built over 300 years ago, and that is also in Nevis. In addition to that, we have the church that was settled in 1628. Yes, 1628. And that also stands today. It is called St. Thomas's Church. And as a matter of fact, it's used every week for service. Now, as it relates to sustainability, we are big on sustainability. We have also passed legislation on, within the country to ban single-use plastic. So essentially, here in Nevis, we are big on, not using plastic, protecting the environment. And as we see here at one of our hotels, Golden Rock, they are part of the recycling program where every week someone comes and they collect, or rather the government comes and they collect all of the plastic, aluminum, etc., and we move them away from the hotel. We also have sustainability and geothermal, and I'll speak to that. Next slide. Okay, so some of the key sustainable initiatives in Nevis is, as I mentioned, geothermal energy. We are currently working on geothermal energy, and that is something that we are hoping to release in the next coming years. And as of right now, the talks from our government is that the geothermal energy, which is clean energy that comes from the earth, will be able to supply St. Kitts and Nevis and possibly some of the neighboring islands. So that in itself is a big, big push for us as it relates to sustainability. In addition to that, we have also passed legislation for special sustainability zones. So currently, we are looking to work towards having special sustainability zones on the island of Nevis. I also spoke about what Golden Rock was doing, but I just want to expand on it. It's actually an island-wide recycling program. So the entire island actually participates in the recycling of single-use plastic and other items that we move away from Nevis. Ban on single-use plastic. As I said earlier, this legislation from the federal government. So we have banned a lot of the plastic bags, bottles, containers, all of that we have banned as we believe in sustainability. And we are trying our best to leave something sustainable and good for future generations to come and inherit. As it relates to sustainability in agriculture and food security, the farmers in Nevis, they have adopted climate smart technology. And as you see here, we have introduced drip irrigation systems. And we also have a lot of around the garden tours. So anything sustainable, we are big when it comes to that. We also have marine and environmental conservation partnerships. So we help as it relates to the preservation of the sea turtles, and we also help as it relates to the restoration of coral reefs and all that on the island of Nevis. We also try as far as possible to engage the youth when it comes to sustainability, so they're well abreast and up to speed in relation to the efforts of what Nevis is doing for sustainability and by extension, the tourists and what we want to, or where we want to position Nevis for years to come. Next slide. Palm Garden, this is one of our newer locations on the island of Nevis. But the beautiful thing about this property outside of sporting some beautiful rooms It is 100% independent. It's solar infrastructure project. So this is completely off the grid. And that in itself, for me, speaks to sustainability and what we're trying to achieve. Next slide. Getting around. As you would see there, there's a mini morgue, and I'm not certain how many persons are familiar with a mini morgue, but I did mention earlier that it is only 20 square miles around the island, and it's a circle. So that is an ideal vehicle to get around. And I know they're very efficient when it comes to the burning of gas and what's being exposed to the environment. Unhurried exploration. We speak about Nevis and we speak about the only island that has invented time. Why would you say that? Because when you come to Nevis, we say rush slowly. There's no need to run. We believe in relaxing, smelling the roses, and it's that unhurried lifestyle that you will fall in love with. Once you step off the boat, there's a calm relaxation that comes over your body. And if you don't believe me, I welcome you to come to Nevis. Next
Okay, I'll
slide.
be there next week, Fan.
Oh, let me know. Let me know. Definitely. Okay, so we just want to give you a few pictures of the beaches, and there's various hikes and trails on the island. You could do an island tour, or you could just sit on the beach and have a cocktail. All of that we have here. As it relates to the historic sites, the gentleman and the 10 US dollar bill, Alexander Hamilton, he's from Nevis. So that is one of our first day. He has done a lot for the US and he's also in the vision. We have a lot of local bars around the island, a lot of local restaurants. And that right there is the St. Thomas's Church on the far right, the picture. And that is was built from since the 1600s and it's still in service to this date. Charlestown, Nevis is a very historic site. As you see there, the architectural work, and this is the first picture. When you're driving through Charlestown, most of the buildings are sporting the bottom half will be made in stone and the top will be made in wood. So that's most of the design that you would have in Charlestown, Nevis. And actually, there's a code on that. And no matter where you go, no matter what year it is in Nevis, it will still resemble one of the last Caribbean islands. A culinary legacy. Yes, we are very big on food. And if you don't believe me, again, I invite you to come and experience it yourself. Our cooking and seasoning is next to none. Go next. Yes. So we want you basically to come to Nevis and find yourself. We want you to immerse yourself within the culture, the heritage, the food, the landscape, the people, the breeze, the ocean, the beach. All of that is here, right here in Nevis for you to come and explore. And we are very big on sustainability, as we do believe that what we have here today should be here for future generations to come. And those are just some of the initiatives that we have on board right now that we believe will help Nevis to stay as beautiful as it is right now. Next slide.
Well said, Fan. I'm going to flip through some of these pictures
Yes.
for your beautiful properties, right?
Yes. So stop right here. I just want to mention the Four Seasons, and that is our, as we say locally, name brand resort. It was actually the first Four Seasons that was built in the Caribbean 35 years ago. And they have some very interesting sustainability efforts on site. They have fresh gardens. They also partner with the agriculture department and local farmers. So we get all of the produce from on island. And what they do with the scraps, for lack of a better word, they would hold them for the local farmers so they could feed them to the animals. So there's no wastage on the island, as you would see. So again, it's not only me speaking from a Nevis Tourism Authority standpoint, but a lot of the stakeholders are very big when it comes to sustainability and all of the efforts that we have on the island.
A partnership. Beautiful.
Yes. Go next. Montpelier, go next. And they are also big on sustainability. They also get a lot of the local produce from the local farmers and agriculture. In addition to that, they usually select from the best farmers who are using the best sustainable techniques. And that ensures that the food is fresh and, of course, tasty as well. Now, they also hold the scraps for the local farmers to come and they'll be able to feed the animals from that. So as you would see, there's no wastage there. As it relates to the containers, they use sustainable or biodegradable containers. So that lessens the effect to the environment. And God forbid, if any falls in the ocean, it will disintegrate. So that will help the turtles and the wildlife. And I also want to say they use many techniques to improve their water storage and to cut back on the overall use of water wastage. And as we see here, Elemis, the luxury brand from Britain, they use that product with their spa and in the skincare, and those persons, they use natural products. So everything that they do at the Montpellier really underpins sustainability. Next
Right.
slide. So we just
Oops,
want to
sorry.
go through, it's fine, just to speak to some of the rest of the uh, hotels, the resorts that we have in the island. If you could go back there, just a bit,
What,
come
to
back,
which one?
come back. You come back to Montpellier. I just want to slow it down a bit so they could get, okay, go next. I just want to introduce them. So that's the Golden Rock, and this is a converted sugar estate. It is completely beautiful. It's really nestled just below the Nevis Peak. It sits on 50 acres. So just picture yourself waking up to velvet monkeys, birds, and a red punch. Absolutely beautiful. Can you go next?
I've got to speed it up a little bit,
Speed it
Fayon, because
up.
we're
Go
running
next.
out of
Cotton
time.
Ground.
What
Hamilton, Hermitage, go next.
what I
Mount
will
Nevis,
say though is that all of the agents will be able to access this presentation after and
go
be able to
next.
access all of these photos as well.
Yes, go next. So as you slide, I'll just keep speaking. So one of the big key assets of Nevis is the people. We're warm, welcoming, and as we say, we had the first hotel in the Caribbean. So that in itself speaks to the hospitality and the general feel of the island. We have a saying here, you're only a stranger once in Nevis. Go next, Nancy. Go next. We have many celebrations. Let me just stay here to highlight this. In March, we have a cross-channel swim. Persons travel here. You swim from Nevis to St. Kitts. It's only 2.5 miles. In July, we have the Nevis Mango Festival, over 44 different varieties of mangoes. In July again, we have the St. Kitts Nevis Restaurant Week. And at the end of July, early August, we have Culturama, which is our local festival, which celebrates history, culture, heritage, music. In September, we have the Nevis Marathon and Running Festival. And in November, we have the Nevis Triathlon. And in December, of course, there's the Christmas season in Nevis. Can you go next? So I just want to
Yes.
say thank you guys very much for allowing me to be here. We spoke so much about the sustainability efforts, 36 square miles on the island of Nevis. We welcome all of you here. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Fayon. And I want to point out that we've been including some of the information on the events in the Spoiled Agent E-Plus, and all these events are in the calendar of Caribbean events. So don't forget to access that information. So thank you, Fayon. Now I'm going to bring Rebecca and Marlon from Nicaragua, and we'll get started under. Oh, I didn't change the word. I beg your pardon. I changed the logo. I didn't change the word. I apologize. Nicaragua. I'm introducing Nicaragua. Rebecca, over to you.
Yes, hi. Thank you so much, Nancy. I just wanted to say my name is Rebecca Cohen, and I'm with the agency that supports Nicaragua tourism in North America. And I just wanted to say thank you all for your generous time, and let's dive in. This slide. So if relaxation, thrills, and natural authenticity sound like your ideal getaway, It's time to fall in love with a new slice of Central America. While Nicaragua has been on the radar of adventurous travelers for some time, it's managed to evade mass tourism, delivering a perfect mix of awe-inspiring scenery, outdoor adventure, and welcoming, easygoing vibes. Next slide. Nicaragua is the largest country in Central America, bordered to the north by Honduras and to the south by Costa Rica. Next slide. Nicaragua has quietly been on the radar for a few years, and prestigious travel publications such as Travel and Leisure, Condé Nast Traveler, BBC, and the New York Times have all agreed on one thing: Nicaragua is no longer a secret. So, go for uncrowded waves and an artsy beach scene. Next slide. Getting to Nicaragua is easier than ever with convenient connections from across North America. Fly Toronto in approximately 5.5 hours. There's seasonal service from Montreal, or you can reach Nicaragua in 3 hours from connections in Miami and Houston. From Panama City, the journey takes roughly 1 hour and 45 minutes, making Nicaragua an easy escape from major hubs across the region. Next slide. So there's some cool facts about Nicaragua. So Nicaragua is home to more than 19 volcanoes, including several active ones. And yes, you can actually volcano board down one in Cerro Negro. The country has one of the most impressive colonial cities in Central America, founded in 1524 and filled with colorful architecture, lakeside views, and vibrant culture. Nicaragua is emerging as one of Central America's infrastructure leaders thanks to major investments like new Costanera Highway, a scenic coastal route improving connectivity between beach towns, surf regions, and tourism hubs along the Pacific coast. Next slide. Now, I'm delighted to show you what a live volcano experience looks like. This is for the intrepid and adventurous traveler.
Yikes.
Oh, sorry, you can go back and there should be a video you can just click.
Oh, I apologize. Maybe it's on this. I'm sorry, Rebecca.
Okay, no worries. We'll just
I
keep
will
going.
send the link to the video to everyone when we send our wrap up, okay?
Of course, no worries.
Thank you.
So just continuing about some cool facts on Nicaragua. So Nicaragua is known for producing both award-winning rum and exceptional coffee. The country's volcanic landscape and mineral-rich soil create ideal growing conditions, giving Nicaraguan coffee its distinctive flavorful profile, while sustainably produced premium rums from the region have earned international recognition and top honors around the world. Often called land of lakes and volcanoes, Nicaragua offers an incredible mix of adventure and value, from world-class surfing in San Juan del Sur to eco retreats, rainforest escapes, and untouchable Caribbean islands. Next slide. Nicaragua offers two distinct yet equally rich travel experiences. On the Pacific side, you'll find colorful colonial cities like Grenada, world-class surf beaches, volcanic landscapes, and expansive lakes perfect for kayaking, paddleboarding, and other outdoor adventures. Just outside Grenada lies an enchanting Islets de Grenada, a collection of tiny islands formed centuries ago after volcanic eruptions scattered rock and debris into Lake Nicaragua. Today, the islets are home to lush tropical scenery, boutique stays, wildlife, and peaceful boat excursions. Next slide. For those seeking total seclusion, Nicaragua's Caribbean coast feels like another world entirely. Here, you'll discover uncrowded white sand beaches, crystal clear waters, and laid-back island life with very few crowds. The region is ideal for diving, snorkeling, or simply having an expansive stretch of beach all to yourself. Whether you're traveling as a couple, with friends, or in search of a quiet escape surrounded by nature. Next slide. Nicaragua offers travelers the comfort of familiar international brands, including Holiday Inn, Hilton, Marriott International, and Best Western. But what truly sets the country apart is the growing collection of premium eco lodges and nature-forward luxury retreats emerging across the destination. Marriott International is expanding its presence in Nicaragua through fast-growing City Express brands. These openings represent the debut of Marriott-branded properties in the country, a notable step in the country's regional expansion strategy. Driven by both private investment and government support, some of these properties blend high-end amenities in a deep connection surrounding the environment. Many are intentionally intimate in scale and rooted in sustainability, offering experiences that feel immersive rather than manufactured. Some lodges incorporate reclaimed wood and local materials into their design. Others operate alongside wildlife or animal sanctuaries, while many offer exceptional bird watching, wellness programming, and open air experiences surrounded by rainforest, volcano, or untouched coastline. The result is a style of luxury that feels authentic, relaxed, deeply connected to nature without sacrificing comfort or sophistication. And there is an exceptional experience personalized service at Kalala Island, a member of small luxury hotels of the world. Your beachfront suite offers stunning ocean views and is nestled within a lush palm forest. Indulge in the comfort of your hammock, savor fresh seafood, organic produce from the bespoke menu, or unwind with a seaside massage. Next slide.
Beautiful.
Oh, stunning. So, farming. Silvoplastol systems integrate trees, forage, and livestock within a single managed landscape. This sustainable land use approach enhances livestock productivity while improving animal welfare and delivering key environmental benefits, including carbon sequestration, soil protection, and biodiversity. Tree planting in Nicaragua focuses on community-led reforestation, combining environmental restoration with economic opportunities for farmers, notably through the large-scale Community Tree Carbon Program. These projects restore biodiversity, create silvoplastol systems, and utilize native species to combat deforestation. Diversification in the energy mix towards low greenhouse gas emission sources, energy efficiency, and responsible energy use. Next slide. Quietly for years, Nicaragua has been introducing authentic, sustainably driven travel experiences that have been steadily positioned it as one of Nicaragua's Central America's most sought after emerging destinations. Rather than loud development, the country's evolution has been shaped by eco-conscious design, community-led tourism, and immersive nature stays. The kind of experiences that feel both intentional and deeply rooted in place. Today, Nicaragua is increasingly seen as the darling of Central America for travelers seeking more meaning over mass tourism. Next slide, if you haven't skipped it. Moved.
The 4, 5, 6?
Yeah, oh, sorry, this is good. Quietly for years, Nicaragua has been introducing authentic, sustainably driven travel experiences that have been steadily positioned as one of Central America's most sought after emerging destinations. So when it comes to eco experiences, some of them include being surrounded by nature when you book yourself a luxury eco lodge, visit hiking trails, engage with local artisans, visit community farms, or have amazing views of the landscape. Next slide. So I just wanted to take this time to wrap up and say thank you so much for having us. We will be launching a Nicaragua specialist program with some great prizes in the near future. So if you're interested, please contact my colleague, Marlon Moreno, whose email is noted below in the slide, or when you receive it from Nancy, go back and contact him. And if you're interested in any press trips or fam trips, or anything of that nature, please also specify. So again, thank you so much, and nice to meet all of you.
Thanks so much, Rebecca. Come on back, Susan. Come on back, everyone.
Awesome. I love hearing this. I really enjoyed also learning more about Nevis because I've never been to the island of Nevis. But it was a great refresher for me for Nicaragua and Aruba. But I'm going to say everyone has been saying what a great concept today was. They learned so much about it. And of course, they want to go to fam trips as well.
Well, we'll put links in, and when I send a wrap-up email to everybody, I'll put everyone's contact information, although you can take a screenshot of it here if you will, so that you've got both Canadian and American contacts, and of course, some of the contacts that are locally in these countries, like Fan, who is based in Nevis, and Mitzi, who wasn't on the call today, but she's at the tourism office in Nicaragua. So, Susan, I know we don't have a lot of time left, and we are going to draw the prizes and we'll everybody know the winners within a couple of days. But were there any questions that couldn't be answered by folks in the chat?
Sure. Yeah, we'll take a moment for that for sure. And thank you everyone for entering them in the Q&A box. So I believe this one's for Richard. Just they didn't specify the timing, but I'm looking at it from when he spoke. They didn't specify the island, but Richard, are the souvenirs made locally so they can go and support the local businesses?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All
No
right.
question about it.
And
Love that.
let's see here what else. Okay, so this I believe is also for Richard from the timing of the question. Michelle is asking on Zoom, do cruise passengers also have to pay a $20 fee?
No.
Okay, great. And for Richard as well, Joan's asking, do you have to recertify as an Aruba specialist? Also, what happens if you switch host agencies? Does the certification follow you or do you have to take the course again?
So the short answer there is if somebody was an Aruba certified expert years ago, we switched over from where it was housed to where it currently is housed, and a lot of the people that weren't current were eliminated. So from the standpoint of learning a lot about the Aruba product, I would encourage people to retake the course. It's six components. It could take anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. So I would recommend, if you're not sure, also contact your local BDM. We have a listing of everybody that's current, and we could tell you that way as well. I forgot what the other question was.
The other question was about, oh, sorry, let me just check.
Sorry.
About switching host
Oh,
agencies
right.
if they are brought over from their host agency.
No,
They have to retake the course.
we would just want to be updated in our advisor database, but your affiliation as an Aruba certified expert is yours rather than the agency that you're or host agency that you're affiliated with.
Okay, and the next one is for Fallon. For Nevis, is it 400 rooms in total for your tourism accommodation?
Yes, as it relates to the hotels, etc. But please note there's also Airbnb, etc. on the island. So
Okay,
yeah,
great.
that's not included within the 400. Okay.
And I believe, Nancy, this one's for you. So Meg says, I'm a luxury travel agency. So is there any way that she can keep in touch, getting information, stay connected? Maybe she can join your, look on your website and become, part of your little organization there, Miss Nancy, to get all the updates?
Absolutely. So if you go into the advisor portal, is she in Canada or in the US?
It doesn't specify.
Okay, so I mean, you can join both websites. Right now, we have 50 countries on the American site. We're at 26 countries on the Canadian site because we started it beforehand. You can join our e-blast that we send out in Canada on Tuesday mornings. However, the same information is posted on both websites in the advisor portal. So even if it's not coming into your inbox at your computer, I know you get a lot of emails. You can go to our site and that information will be there. And for any of you that are on the call that have ever emailed me before, I think you'll know that I respond pretty darn quickly.
Yes,
And
we can say
so
the
if
same.
there's
Yep, you're good with that.
any questions, you send me a note. And if it's something that I can't answer on one of the tourism board's behalf, then I will link you to the right person to ask that question. In the advisor portals, there's links to all of the Caribbean countries that are members on both of our sites. So if you pop open Aruba, you're going to see Richard's contact. You pop open Nevis, you're going to see Fayon. You're going to pop open Nicaragua, and you're going to see different contacts on both sides of the border.
Just a quick comment. Arlene said, I love your e-blast. I read it every single week.
Thank
Awesome.
you, Arlene. It goes all the way to the rock for you.
Aw. And also, don't forget, later on, you can also visit Nancy's page on Spoiled Agent. There's a lot of great contacts there. Spoiledagent.com. You go down to tourist boards and you click on that, and you're going to get One Caribbean. So if there's something you missed there, you can always, you've got a few different resources as well, which we love too. And this webinar, because it's been so informative, is also going to be on Nancy's page a little bit later on today and on our Spoiled Agent YouTube channel. So,
Love the YouTube
great information.
channel. Susan, you know what? There's one thing I forgot to note for everyone, and anyone that's getting e-blast from us knows this already, but every 2 weeks we pop a new article up on the site. So it could include anywhere from 3 to 5 different countries at a time. It's written by a journalist. There's nothing on it that says how to book, but you can use that to send out to your clients. So it's generic content for you to send to your clients or to populate your own social media. It's a tool for you to use. And all of our Caribbean countries participate in this in terms of having a turn through the articles. All different topics, covers everything from golf to scuba to diving to buying art to rum. So anything from soup to nuts, if it's something that's of interest to your clients, look for the topic and send it out to them. Hopefully you can drum up more business.
Darlene, a comment on Zoom I just want to mention said, I'm so happy I registered for this webinar. This was such a great presentation.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank
Anyway,
you.
there's so
Thank
many
you for
great comments.
coming.
I'm going to share them with you, Nancy, because there's so many amazing comments. That's a very unique topic that, it's great to talk about. I love it. And I learned so much as well from everyone that you're amazing guests too.
I think that I thank all the countries that participated today. It's an important topic to know what we can all do to make the place better, the world better than we left it, or excuse me, that we leave it better than we found it. Right? We're constantly striving for ways in which to improve and to make to look at ways where we can help one another, etc. And that's all we're trying to do, right?
Oh, for sure.
Hmm.
Well, I think you guys covered it all today. And don't forget, if you get an email from Nancy in a few days, open it up because that means you're the winner of the $100 gift card. Super, super generous. And everyone's time, we really appreciate it. The guests, Nancy, our spoiled agents from across Canada and the US. You always do a great job, Nance, bringing the best guests. We love it.
Well, they're so awesome. It's thanks to them and thanks to you. We love Spoiled Agent. I'll send a recap from this training today with the links again that you sent to me, and I will send that video on Nicaragua because I apologize. I don't know what happened to the link. It didn't work, but we'll get it working again and send it over to you. Okay?
Great.